there's sort of an implicit dynamic tension between breeders in general and the animal welfare and shelter community, which I think is a shame, because I think there's a lot of ways that we could work together to produce better outcomes for dogs and for people. And I think there are maybe three areas that the breeder community and animal welfare community could work together to produce better outcomes for people and dogs. The first is a little bit counterintuitive, and that's placing shelter dogs. So as an example, I get a lot of requests as a breeder for adult dogs that meet the personality profile of a Chinook. We have very few adults available ever in the breed, across the whole breed. But these are people that are good homes for a dog and don't know how to connect, or are struggling to connect to the right animal welfare shelters, rescues in their area to find a dog to meet their needs. So is there some network or way that breeders can talk to people in animal welfare that are open to this, so that we could refer people to the appropriate rescue in their area? The second area in which I think collaboration could be useful is around tools and expertise. So shelters, rescues get pregnant dogs and are asked for fosters to help with whelping and raising the puppies. Would it, I think, potentially be useful to have breeders with experience whelping and raising puppies that are available to answer questions, or tell someone at 2 a.m, that's a problem, you need to be in the car on the way to the emergency vet, or nope, get yourself a cup of coffee, take a deep breath, and let mom dog have another 45 minutes to work it out. Because I remember how terrifying my first few litters were and how reassuring it was to be able to reach out to my mentors and get that level of comfort about whether things were okay or not. So, would that be an opportunity? I think breeders would be happy to do that. And tools are another, and equipment. I have a lot of expense sunk into whelping tools that are put away in a closet for months at a time and not used, that could easily be helping at a rescue or shelter that is having puppies and doesn't have the equipment.
So I would love if, in the areas where overpopulation is no longer a problem, breeders could pick up the slack in supplying the dogs for the people who are looking for them. And the animal welfare community could be a support system for keeping those dogs in their homes, keeping them mentally and physically stimulated, stepping in if there's a financial emergency in the family. Maybe they can't afford to keep the dog, but a supply of, some veterinary care and some dog food would go a long way of keeping that dog in the home. So I think there's this sweet spot where we could all work together. And unfortunately right now it's kind of an adversarial relationship, and that could totally change. It wouldn't even be that hard.
Well, I think the big thing for me always is that breeders and shelters can work together. You need to keep an open mind and stop thrashing each other and work together. And we can do it. And we want to do it before we end up having no more puppies for people.